Animals have evolved to sense danger in ways that humans can barely comprehend. From earthquakes to tsunamis, countless reports suggest that wildlife reacts before disaster strikes. But could they detect an incoming asteroid before scientists? Throughout history, Earth has been bombarded by asteroids of all sizes. Some were small enough to burn up in the atmosphere. Others, like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs, changed the course of life forever. Modern scientists use telescopes, satellites, and advanced tracking systems to monitor space for potential threats. But nature has its own warning systems, deeply embedded in the instincts of animals. If an asteroid were on a collision course with Earth, could wildlife sense it before humans did? To answer this, we must first understand how asteroids behave as they approach our planet. Most asteroids originate from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Occasionally, gravitational forces push one into an Earth-crossing orbit. As it enters the atmosphere, an asteroid compresses the air in front of it, creating intense heat and shock waves. Depending on its size, it can explode mid-air or impact the surface with devastating force. The Chelyabinsk meteor of 2013 was only about 66 feet wide, yet its explosion injured over 1,500 people. Now imagine an asteroid several times that size heading toward Earth. Would animals react before it even became visible? Wildlife is known to detect subtle environmental changes that precede natural disasters. Before the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, animals in Sri Lanka and Thailand were seen fleeing to higher ground. Birds took to the skies in panic, while elephants moved inland long before the waves arrived. This suggests an ability to sense shifts in atmospheric pressure, infrasound waves, or even electromagnetic disturbances. If an asteroid were large enough, it might generate similar disturbances as it approached. Could animals pick up on these changes before humans detected the asteroid itself? Some animals have highly specialized senses that allow them to detect environmental anomalies. Sharks, for instance, can sense changes in electromagnetic fields through specialized organs called the ampullae of Lorenzini. Snakes can detect infrared radiation, allowing them to perceive heat differences that humans cannot see. Birds navigate using the Earth's magnetic field, a phenomenon known as magnetoreception. Some studies suggest that animals can also detect infrasonic waves, low-frequency sounds produced by earthquakes, volcanoes, and even incoming meteors. When an asteroid enters Earth's atmosphere, it creates a supersonic shockwave that generates infrasonic waves. Could birds, elephants, or even whales detect these waves before humans registered the event? One theory suggests that animals might react to subtle gravitational changes caused by a large incoming asteroid. Massive celestial objects exert gravitational influences that, while imperceptible to humans, could be noticed by sensitive animals. However, most asteroids that impact Earth are relatively small and wouldn't generate noticeable gravitational effects. Instead, animals might rely on more immediate environmental changes, such as shifts in air pressure and electromagnetic activity. Lightning storms and auroras, for example, produce electrical disturbances that certain animals respond to. If an asteroid were large enough to disturb the atmosphere, could migratory birds sense the change? Some researchers believe that animals may react to the buildup of static electricity in the atmosphere. Before major storms, animals often display unusual behavior, possibly due to their sensitivity to electrical charges. If an asteroid generated similar atmospheric changes as it burned through the sky, animals might react before impact. However, one of the biggest challenges in proving this theory is the unpredictability of asteroid events. Unlike earthquakes and hurricanes, asteroid impacts are rare and happen on unpredictable timelines. There are few recorded instances where scientists could directly observe animal reactions to an incoming asteroid. But one intriguing case occurred during the Tunguska event in 1908. A massive explosion flattened over 800 square miles of Siberian forest, likely caused by an asteroid or comet. Eyewitnesses reported unusual animal behavior before the blast, with birds and wildlife disappearing from the area. While it's impossible to confirm whether they sensed the impact in advance, it raises questions about animal perception. Could certain species have detected the asteroid's approach before it exploded? One major limitation to this idea is the speed at which asteroids enter the atmosphere. Most impact events happen in seconds to minutes, leaving little time for animals or humans to react. Even if animals sensed the disturbance, would it be early enough to make a difference? Unlike slow-developing disasters like tsunamis or hurricanes, asteroids strike with little warning. Even the fastest animals wouldn't have time to outrun an asteroid impact. This raises another key question. Do animals react instinctively, or do they recognize the danger? Some scientists argue that animals respond not to the asteroid itself, but to its immediate effects. The sudden brightness of an incoming fireball might trigger nocturnal animals to flee in panic. A loud shockwave could startle herds into stampedes. These reactions might seem like early detection, but they occur at the moment of impact rather than before. To truly detect an asteroid before impact, animals would need to react to changes before humans could visually confirm the object. If animals do have this ability, could studying them improve our own detection systems? Scientists have already explored the idea of using animal behavior to predict earthquakes. Seismologists in China and Japan have monitored unusual animal activity in the hopes of forecasting quakes. If similar patterns exist for asteroid impacts, could tracking wildlife provide an early warning system? One challenge is distinguishing normal animal behavior from genuine warning signs. Animals react to many environmental factors, from weather changes to human disturbances. Without consistent patterns, it would be difficult to use animal behavior as a reliable asteroid detection method. However, if enough evidence emerged, scientists could develop a new approach to planetary defense. For now, humans still rely on telescopes, radar, and space probes to detect incoming asteroids. NASA's Near-Earth Object Program constantly scans the skies for potential threats. New technologies like space-based infrared telescopes are improving our ability to track asteroids long before they reach Earth. In the future, artificial intelligence may help predict impact events with even greater accuracy. But nature remains full of mysteries, and animals may still hold secrets that science has yet to uncover. Whether they can truly sense an asteroid before humans do remains an open question. Some evidence suggests that animals are sensitive to environmental disturbances caused by celestial events. Yet the rapid nature of asteroid impacts makes it difficult to prove whether wildlife has a real early warning system. Even if they do sense changes before impact, their reactions would likely be brief and chaotic. Unlike hurricanes or tsunamis, where animals can migrate or flee in advance, an asteroid strike leaves little room for escape. This makes it unlikely that wildlife could serve as a practical early detection system for humanity. However, their ability to sense environmental shifts should not be underestimated. The natural world has adapted to Earth's changing conditions for millions of years. Perhaps there are signals we have yet to recognize, subtle warnings hidden in the instincts of wildlife. If future studies confirm that animals react to asteroid approaches, it could lead to fascinating new discoveries. Could certain species provide clues about celestial events that humans cannot yet detect? If so, studying them could open new doors in both space science and animal behavior research. For now, scientists remain the best line of defense against asteroid threats. But nature may still have lessons to teach us. If animals can truly sense an asteroid before humans do, then the natural world holds secrets we are only beginning to understand. And in the vast cosmic dance between Earth and the universe, perhaps the oldest warning systems are the ones that have been here all along. The next time an asteroid approaches, will we be watching the skies or the creatures around us? Because sometimes the answers we seek are not in the stars, but in the life that shares our planet. And maybe Just maybe the animals already know what we are still trying to learn.